Speaking as an empath, I just feel so like weighed down today because, I just feel what everybody else is feeling. Their energy, it's just too heavy. And not even family, just everybody in general. Social media, social life, just reality, period. But everybody's just so negative and miserable. And when you spread that energy, just making everybody else miserable, just feel like we are gonna be miserable until we find out it is not necessary to be miserable. Because, you can choose your own path. Nobody has to be miserable. Nobody has to be sad or depressed. Nobody likes nobody that's depressed. Like, that's the hard, cold truth. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes people just overwhelmingly, over and over, telling their life about how miserable their life is and how much they hate their life. Like, that's just draining to have to hear. It's just draining to have to think about and, to worry about for those people. And after a while, you start to think like that. You start to think like, am I even worth anything? Because of all that energy that's surrounding you. Like, energy is real. You don't have to be a spiritual person to believe in, like, energy. Even on a scientific level, it's proven that, your surroundings affect you mentally, not just people. Like, the kind of energy that you surround yourself with, you're doing that to yourself. You can choose what energy to consume and what energy to not consume. And I just feel like as a whole, like, the whole human species, we're just addicted to sadness. We're just addicted to being stressed and just addicted to negativity in general. Because being born, your brain is naturally negatively wired. And, it's more than hard, beyond hard, to rewire it in a positive way. And, so that's just what we're stuck on. We're stuck on being depressed, not liking ourselves, constantly wanting approval and acceptance from everybody when that's never going to happen. We're just stuck on getting unrealistic things instead of focusing on what we can turn into realistic and what is realistic that we can fix. We're not focused on that at all. I just feel like this generation, I'm a part of this generation, but this generation is just automatically wired to assume negative about theirself, about everything, about everybody, and it just weighs you down so much when you think about it. Like, all that hatred and sadness and all those miserable things and the miserable energy, the negative, toxic, all of that just weighs you down when you think about it, and when you take yourself out of your ego and you just are. You're not a body with a soul, you're a soul with a body. But when you just come as a soul and look at everything from inside and realize we're naturally negative. So in general, just pray for everybody, because, like, although the pandemic is, like, gone, it has, like, left us, like, in a train wreck. Half of it's the virus fault and half of it's our fault, but we're just mentally damaged in general, because lost your family, you couldn't go anywhere, worried about your family that didn't die but are capable of getting it and dying. So much stress that it just causes you to want to be negative, because who wouldn't worry? But in general, just pray or meditate, drink tea, burn incense, burn sage, drink water, drink your water.